So I think they might go to porn or alcohol or different substances to kind of, I guess, maybe disconnect. But I guess maybe like over time, that kind of creates like more of a disconnect from the real self. So I think
Hmm.
that's why a lot of us would kind of feel that we have to perform
Hmm.
and put on like this performance.
Ooh, which makes us just want to escape even more, doesn't it?
Yeah, this performance lifestyle. So we feel, okay, I have to perform because I've been disconnected so much. And it's not until we're kind of coached in a safe environment that we can really come back to ourselves.
Right. To be able to tell ourselves, there's not some big lion or tiger that's chasing me. I'm okay. I can just relax. I can activate my it's called, parasympathetic nervous system. I'm sure you know that. Let me take a few deep breaths, calm
Yeah.
myself down a little bit, and then we can think a little bit more logically. Some of the kind of hack that I do when I find myself unable to think clearly is I focus on like a simple problem that I try to solve. Or, if I have a big temptation to use porn, I say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strongly do I want to use porn? I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's 6. Is it a 10? Or drinking alcohol, whatever. And that's just a trick to kind of get us into the logical, part of our brain that we're able to use so that we can think a little bit clearly. Because what happens is we get on autopilot and we start you know, going into a
Autopilot.
routine that we often do. But if
Good
we
old
can try
autopilot.
to get out of that, that can be really, really helpful. And I find that I've wanted to escape uncomfortable emotions. I thought, oh, these are too big, for me. They have more power than I
Yeah,
do, which is
I
not the case.
I relate to that.
But also, I think that I want to experience some good feelings that I just don't know how to feel in real life or don't have the permission to feel. Or maybe the uncomfortable feelings or cover them up so much that through porn or alcohol, I can both escape the uncomfortable feelings, but then it gives me the ability to feel something good. I know for me in porn, I felt like all in. I felt like this sense of, all right, what search term am I going to put in next? What video am I going to click on that will lead to a different video? I felt this weird sense of belonging to the people on the screen, like that
Hmm.
connection. I wasn't so lonely. I felt kind of alive, like had a purpose. That's what dopamine is. It's a purpose chemical.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I often would vilify porn and that whole experience that I would have and giving into it. But, you know, it's something that we can learn from to say, all right, I can look at that without judgment or shame and say, man, what was I really searching for? What were the
Yeah.
feelings that I was trying to feel? And how can I decide that I can choose those more each day? I can choose aliveness. I can choose connection. I can choose belonging and peace. And there's a lot of ways that we do that. We don't have to go get a substance. We don't have to achieve a goal. We can decide each morning just how we want to show up in the world.